Is there a biblical model of everything? One of the ubiquitous manifestations of hermeneutical illiteracy is the assumption that there is a biblical view of just about everything, from dating to wealth management to social media and diet, from economics and politics to evangelism and counseling. Nevertheless, beyond those trappings of our society, we also encounter this premise when discussing topics with more gravitas, particularly ones that concern the science and faith conversation. Pandemics, vaccines, creation care, evolution and creation, gender and human identity, bioethics. Is there a biblical view of everything? We might well ask whether it's hermeneutically possible to speak of a biblical view of AI or extraterrestrial life or CRISPR. Such hermeneutical issues have also been at the core of my own work in Genesis and the cultural context of the ancient world. The point I continually make is that to formulate a biblical view of anything, we must first determine whether what we are claiming was something that the authors of Scripture were actually addressing. You see, in my view, and many of you have heard me speak about this before, in my view, the authority of the text, whatever direction it takes, is connected to what the authors, editors, compilers, etc., as instruments of God, were moved to communicate. Therefore, if we are trying to derive a biblical view that does not reflect what the author was talking about, we have departed from the realm of biblical authority. And what we are saying cannot be considered a biblical view at all if the biblical authors were not addressing it. Only what the authors intend can be considered authoritative, and thereby lend its authority to a view claimed to be biblical. It may not always be possible to achieve confidence in what the author's literary intentions were, but this procedure can often remind us what their intentions could not have been. Note, however, that this rigorous methodology must also be applied to issues we hold dear, like creation care. Is there a biblical view of creation care? We have to think about this carefully. Creation care, as we think about it today, involves the effects of industry on the environment. Would the biblical authors have had that in mind? Creation care today also works on the premise that nature can be objectified. Biblical authors never thought of that. Perhaps such cases are at some level debatable, but my point here, and please don't miss this, my point here is that such questions have to be asked, and they often are not. We cannot just mine the Bible for purported value statements that then are brought to support for the agenda we are proposing.